Welcome to the game table. I'm Fauntus, and today is the day. The experiment has concluded, the data has been logged, and the results interpreted. Was it successful? Were the observations compelling? What in the hell am I talking about? It's about language, and a linguistic process that I have spent the last 2 years exploring. Why? Well, to answer, we need to revisit the initial observation. In mid-March 2014, is that right? 32 months. In March 2014, I had just defeated the Looking Glass Knight, down the elevator of the King's Passage over some roots and opening up before me the Shrine of Amana. I felt elated, excited, optimistic. I was in reality completely unprepared. We all were. Pre-patch Amana was brutal, frustrating, glorious. I was transfixed, but with every death screen, I kept thinking about the word Amana. The word felt familiar, like I had read it or heard it before, and I knew I had. So, looking for an answer, I hit the subreddit, hit the YouTubes, looking for an answer in the community. But the information on any name was sorely lacking. And in fact, I think there's only one YouTuber who regularly features etymology at all. And it's not exactly exhaustive. Plus, no definition for Amana. So, I figured I will use logic and I will figure this out. I started with that I recognized the word, so it's probably a reference, and one that I'm familiar with. The candidate was up, a dictionary of Middle Earth, and right there, first page under A, Aman, the Undying Lands, where the halls of the dead are located. So Shrine of Amana is the Shrine of the Undying. Wait, is everything in Tolkien Elvish? I was giddy. My heart raced. I was fumbling with the subreddit interface, and before I really knew what I was doing, it was all over. And my shame was immediate. 10 downvotes. Ouch. And within the hour, humiliation was complete. I got a message informing me that my post was removed from the Dark Souls subreddit for failing to meet community standards, or it was reported as spam. It didn't tell me which. My first instinct was to freak the fuck out. But I didn't. I just watched. And I began to notice a pattern. Someone would post about the Tolkien languages. If they weren't downvoted into oblivion, then they were openly mocked, and their observations attributed to a different language, such as Finnish, Gaelic, or Welsh. I remember thinking, what would it take for you bastards to accept this? A comprehensive list of definitions, complete with an etymological root? Challenge accepted. And to do this, I turned to linguistics. Comparative decipherment to break down the words into their root phrases, and then a syntax tree to build them back up, to double check my work and see if there was anything I missed. But even then I had a hunch that it was more than a few references. And now, 2 years later, I can confirm that the references, they were just the beginning. There is a language at the heart of every name, of the characters, the places, the weapons and armor, the heroes and the histories, the kings and gods. I'm Fauntus. Welcome to the game table. I am proud to present What's in a Name, the language of Dark Souls. That's right, you have heard correctly. It's Tolkien Elvish. Quenya and Sindarin, to be precise, the two main branches. created by the father of modern fantasy, J.R.R. Tolkien, and immortalized in the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings franchises. Uh-oh, I hear typing. Now look, before you infinite number of monkeys start flinging Shakespeare all over my comments, hear me out. No, you know what? Never mind. Go ahead. Post. I've spent years studying and compiling. Come at me, some bro. Make some vapid observation that Finnish, Gaelic, or Welsh makes so much more sense. Because, really? Tolkien taught linguistics. He translated Beowulf. He had a thing called the Viking Club, which was either the place he and C.S. Lewis met to nerd about Northern European raiding culture, or it was the thing he carried around the class to viciously beat students who were dumb enough to point out that he incorporated Finnish, Gaelic, and Welsh into his professional fucking work. But hey, if you want to fight, come to the comments. This video is moving on to definitions. A rundown of the format I will be using. Each definition will start with the way the word appears in the game series. I will then break the word into its component parts. A Q or S will stand for Quenya or Sindarin and will designate the dialect. The following brackets will have the etymological root plus a short definition. Once all the component parts are listed out, I will then give the noun phrases that I was able to develop from those definitions. The phrases will be given in no particular order, and some of the more esoteric ones have been cut for time. Look for a more in-depth analysis in the future. It will come to no one's surprise that we start with Amana. It begins with A. Shrine of Amana, Quenya, Aman, blessed, unmarred, and undying, and Na, a wish for it to be. The Shrine of Amana is the shrine of blessing, a prayer to be unmarred, or the shrine of the undead prayer. Astora, land of noble blood, home to Andre, Oscar, and Henri, is Quenya from a star, from faith, not the holy kind, but dependability and loyalty. Astora is the land of the loyal, land of the true. Kareem, homeland of Oswald, Arena, and some other assholes, from Quenya, Kar, an achievement, a completed work, a done deed, and Ima, something that is fair, doable, possible. So someone from Kareem is charged with a possible achievement, a mission, or following an agenda. Karthus, the Burning Sands, home of High Lord Wolner, again, Kar from Quenya, something achieved, a completed work, and Thus, the evil black cloud, or dark fog. Karthus achieved the black cloud. It made possible the dark fog. Drangleic, known for riding dragons, linking fires, and wanting thrones. Quenya, Rand, diminutive of Andran, where An means long, Dran means age. A G at the end makes it short, so instead of Andran the long age, it's Drang, the short age, of Laic, green. Drangleic, the short emerald age, the short emerald cycle. Elium Lois, the Ivory King's Chaos Quark. Quenya, Elia, a great work, vital. Ume, a great work in quantity. And Los, snow. Elium Lois, a great work with a vast amount of snow. Izalith, home of pyromancy, chaos, and witches sportin' gold stitches, is from Quenya, Ista, knowledge or wisdom, and Quenya, Lith or List, which is dust, ash, or sand. Izalith is the wisdom of ash, the burned knowledge, or the ashes of knowledge, or the ashes of wisdom. Lindelt, monastery with painting guardians who will just scimitars that are bananas. Quenya for Lindell, a song, melody, or music. Mira, home of knights beset on all sides by conflict. Quenya, Mir, for Mira, precious, the precious land, home of the precious. Next, two lost lands of sorceries with NPCs who are in need of our assistance to go free. Ulasil and Laphis, from Quenya, olas, to dream, and Ist for knowledge, and Sil for shimmer. So Olaphist and Ulasil are the dream of knowledge and the shimmering dream, or the brilliant and bright dream, respectively. Sholva, the sunken city. Quenyen, from Sule, spirit, breath, or voice. And Uva, beneath or under. Sholva, the city with under breath, the voice from below, or the deep soul. First we have Solaire of Astora, from Quenyen, soul and air, soul for helmet, and air for holy, the helmet of holiness, or holy helmet. Up next we have Lucatil of Mira, from Quenyen, Lu, Ka, Til, Lu for heavy, sadness, Ka, behind, at the back of, and Til, the point or ending. Lucatil, weighed down by sadness, behind to the end, sad missing the point, and heavy by back of the point. Up next, Cirith of the Sunless Realms, from Sindarin, Sir for flowing, and Ith for knowledge. Cirith is also the proper name of the river that flows around Gondor, meaning one who guards the realm. Up next, Lotric of Karim, from Lata, abound, and Rakina for deprived. Lotric, one deprived of his bounty, or excess. Dick. Egon of Karim, Sindarin for Aya, holy or revered, and Sindarin for Gon, stone or rock. Egon, the holy stone or revered rock, most likely in reference to his armor. He's a bit of a dick as well. Targray, the blue sentinel, comes from Sindarin, Tar and Gray, or Gwai, for Tar, high, standing tall, and Gwai or Gar, meaning the sea. Targray, standing tall at the sea. Our other Tar standing tall is Tarkus, Quenyen for Tar, standing tall, and Kus must be a very important point to Bloodborne people. Kus means head. Tarkus, standing unyielding at the top, standing tall at the head. The Tarkus doppelganger, Sorig, is actually a word backwards, girost, which is Sindarin, gir for shivering, and ost for town with walls round, or fortress. Sorig, the shivering fortress slayer. Everybody's favorite assassin, Maldron, comes from Quenyen, Mald, crushing blow, and Ron, the suffix for male names. So Maldron is crushing blow, or internet parlance, critical attack the assassin. Meta to the end. Also from Dark Souls 2, we have Benhart, from Sindarin, Pen, one without, and Hartha, hope, Benhart, one without hope. Just so many uplifting names from Dark Souls 2. The Knight Artorias comes from Quenyen, Tarius, difficulty, and the prefix a, with. Artorias, with difficulty. Artorias' ambiguous love interest, Kirin, comes from the Quenyen, Kirin, meaning new moon. Heading back to Astora, we have Oscar, who comes from Sindarin, Oscar, rushing, impetuous, and violence. It means implied violence, like he'll meet a violent end or will come to violence. And finally today, Henri is Sindarin, for, An is for, and Ri, a garland, wreath, or crown. So Henri, the crown gift. Crown gift.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Ugh. I get it. Crown gift. I'm Fauntus, and thank you for joining me in my exploration of Dark Souls and language. Come back soon when I explain just how many words have the root in hunter, what NPC is named after a weekday, and all sorts of mind-blowing definitions. But before I go, I got one more definition, and it kinda changes everything. When we talk about gods, we know their names, and we know that their names are synonymous with their domain. We could change all the dialogue Solaire has talking about the sun to Gwyn, and it wouldn't change that much. We could take all of Cirith's dialogue, change the moon to Gwendolyn, and the meaning would stay. to a large degree, gods are their domains. And the same should hold true for Velka here. So let's look at what Velka means. Velka is Quenya for Velka, meaning flame. What? So what's that say about the origins of the Lord Souls? What exactly is Aldea's scholastic discipline? And what the fuck are we linking game after game? Well, this is Fauntus, this is a game table, and come back again when we continue to find out what's in a name, the language of Dark Souls.